Hey, welcome to Eastman's Unknown Sorcery of Joseph. In a couple of my other previous videos I made, I talked about with mindfulness in mind using a needle, a wheel, a U, a square, and even three dots, like a triangle, but the lines aren't attached to 3 points of a triangle. And these will put you in dimensional realms that you can manifest yourself into if you know how to harness these things I just told you, the needle and the wheel and such. And also the other thing that I wanted to talk about is where I use myself. I use under my tongue in that little gland under the tongue, which puts you down by your Adam's apple and your throat. And then behind the neck, right here in the spinal column and in between the skull and the brain, and around um, the kidneys, and then one below the belly button, right above the private part, in the space in between the skin and the stomach and the muscle. Basically, the empty areas within your body, you turn those will help manifest you in these dimensions because eventually your dimensions that you make with the needle, the square, the wheel, and the horseshoe or the U, and these empty places in your body will all be attached. And then when you think of things, you'll see yourself in these dimensions. And it's all about reflection. And so under the tongue, sort of sometimes by the brain stem, but between the brain and the skull, behind the neck, and the third or fourth vertebra down from the brain stem. Uh, the shape, and then also the ribs, like the bottom lower right rib and the rib cage where it goes into the where it meets the spinal cord, the rib, and then below your belly button, of course, right in that area. And sometimes I'll even use like my right knee and then my elbows on my arms just to create a symmetrical idea of energy, frequency, and vibration to manifest these dimensions. And what I have now in my own right, I don't impose these things on other people. I impose them on myself in these dimensions. And I have urns, sealed jars where I sometimes will put a full, like there's a plane, a dimension has a plane. Then you have to think what's outside that plane and fold them with mine and then empty and then fill with the outer plane in the hyperspace, and then it becomes a little angel or whatever your soul or your spirit is. And I do a lot of stuff like that. If you catch on, you'll know what I'm talking about. Sometimes mirrors can be good, can be useful if you know how to use them. It's all about dimensionality and ethereal realms and urns and idols and your empty places within your body that I just talked about. You can manifest, and the whole goal is to reach immortality and to stay forever young. And another reason I have music on here. There's a Heat of Doom with Max and G's on my YouTube page, and Doomologic Entertainment Inc. And my music led me to know this stuff, and also I was attached by that witch up in Moscow, Idaho, who I dated for a while. So yeah, these are the places within your body, and you can find your own places within the body. They're just like glands and dimensional things within your body, and empty spaces, space in between brains and skulls and stomach and the muscle and in your spinal column. And you'll get into things like even put with mine, putting your mirror in your spinal column and doing stuff that way too if you choose and if you want to. I'm not saying this is for everyone. A lot of people are going to think I'm an evil warlock type person, but it's just for the seeker of people who want to know the truth about what God really is, and and there's people I follow like Santos Benici. Are he's an astrology astronomer. He knows a lot about the sacred places in the body. Your spinal cord has 33 vertebrae. You have oil on your brain stem. Jesus died when he was 33. He was anointed. And then there's the pineal gland, which is like the doorway to your soul and stuff. And once you get into getting these dimensions and you create the momentum of these dimensions, you then can go into your pineal gland and do a lot of self bodily healing and make your diseases go away. And there's other glands within the body too. And some people think you can fit the whole universe in your eyeball because it's just one big gland that has so many lenses and stuff that just search for. Most people don't have time to do this stuff because they work for a living. I'm not working for a living right now. I used to work, but not now. And I made music, and I used to operate heavy machinery. But you get the idea. These are the things you could do. Cheers. Please like and subscribe so you get the algorithm going now so I can get more followers. I have more to talk about. Check out the music. Thank you.